Doesn't matter what I do, I hate it. But they do that, they roll up the flag when the Sudan happens here. They roll it up. Egypt always rolls it up.
The embassy. So the embassy itself has requested it be taken down. The embassy itself has requested that it be taken down.
Where are they though?
They've got the cameras there and there. So they're watching some live stream. Obviously, you can put it back up if you want to, but the police will remove it. So I said I'd take it down. For now, so you don't take it. If you want to put it back up, you can. The police themselves will remove it.
If we see any members of the public that are trying to engage you in any kind of hostile way, or they're trying to taunt you or say something that offends you, please ignore them, okay? We are here for a purpose. We are here to pray Tarawih. Let us be exemplary Muslims in the holy month of Ramadan like we should be, okay? So we're here today outside the UAE Embassy because they have been complicit in the demise and genocide of the Palestinians way before October the 7th. In 2020, the UAE signed the normalization agreement called the Abraham Accord. And what that actually means is they signed an agreement which means that they would make economic and trade ties with Israel. Their betrayal and hypocrisy is not new. Gaza used to be the largest open-air prison. Now it is the largest open-air graveyard.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. ألف لام ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتباركت ربنا وتعاليت. اللهم لك الحمد كله ولك الشكر كله وإليك يرجع الأمر كله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Organisers for having me. Thank you for letting me speak. Thank you for letting me say my heart. Before I start, the Palestinians back in the day, and it's been a long 75 years, we used to have a saying that the people of Palestine, they pray 6 times a day: Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and Janazah. Janazah is the funeral prayer. And we often live assuming that we'll see tomorrow and that we'll never have to bury our own children. But the reality is, for the Palestinian people, is that a lot of parents do bury their own children. And there's just 2 kids I want to talk about before I start, named Rafif and Rafiq, who are extremely injured and are currently in Al Shifa Hospital, where there is shooting and bombing around the hospital. The doctors have evacuated and they are all alone. What awaits them is imminent death. They haven't eaten for 3 days. They have featured on Channel 4, on Eye on Palestine, with 4 million views across the world, and nothing's changed. Nothing has happened. And there's going to come a time in history that judges us all about how so many people saw what went wrong, how many innocents were hurt in the process, and we couldn't even get the simplest of aid into Palestine. It feels like we've reached a point where we have run out of ways to tell the world that Palestinian lives matter. We don't know how to tell the world that we bleed the same blood, we cry the same tears. I always ignorantly thought that pain and suffering was a universally understood language. I thought that we lived in a world of empathy. But what the world has taught me, and what these last 6 months have taught me, is that as Palestinians we don't matter. Our losses are just numbers, our homes were just buildings, and our land was just a place. I've run out of ways to plead with the world to consider the Palestinian people, to consider their love for life, to consider their right to exist.
Our help our peace to help the people of Palestine. Oh Allah, ease their pain and suffering. Oh Allah, bestow our mercy. Oh Allah, bestow your mercy and your love on them. Oh Allah, help those who are in need wherever they may be across the world. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Dhal Jalali wal Ikram. Oh Allah, have peace, mercy and blessings upon that mother who has buried their countless amount of children. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Dhal Jalali wal Ikram, Ya Dhal Jalali wal Izzah.
Continues during Islam's holy month of Ramadan. We have to be out here. So I'm just going to say a bit about why we are here, why lots of the allies that are here are from Just Stop Oil. Loads of us from Just Stop Oil have been behind the scenes organising for Palestine, and lots of people helped organise the train station sit-ins. So there's a group of us, the young people in JSO, that have said, no longer can we just do this as a sub-project. So there's a group of the young people in Just Stop Oil that are setting up a new campaign called Youth Demand. And the campaign's going to have two demands. One is that the government stops new oil and gas drilling, and two is that they stop weapons exports to Israel. There's a two-way arms embargo in Israel. Stop buying weapons and stop selling weapons to Israel. What's the link between the climate crisis and the genocide that's happening? The link is that the governments and the regimes around the world, they don't care, they're treating people as if they're disposable. The UK government, the UAE government, they treat people across the world as they're disposable. We'll drill for oil and gas. We'll kill hundreds of millions of people. We're going to starve people because their crops are going to fail. Like what's happening right now in East Africa, in Somalia, in Kenya, in Ethiopia. People are starving because the rains haven't come for 5 years straight. It's the worst drought in 200 years. So I'm going to finish, before we kick this off in a big way with a rally and we get the legendary T on the mic, we're going to do a chant that's going to go viral on social media. And it's a bit of an experiment, but we'll see if it works. Gaza, Gaza, we won't stop. Trafalgar Friday, 8 o'clock, okay? And we're going to get it going. We're going to record this video. This is going to go viral for Friday. Gaza, Gaza, we won't stop. Trafalgar Friday, 8 o'clock. Gaza, Gaza, we won't stop. Trafalgar Friday, 8 o'clock. Gaza, Gaza, we won't stop. Trafalgar Friday, 8 o'clock. Gaza, Gaza, we won't stop. Trafalgar Friday, 8 o'clock. Gaza, Gaza, we won't stop. Trafalgar
So I'm Mohammed, I'm a Palestinian from Akka, and today we pray Taraweeh and Isha outside the UAE Embassy. And it's a reminder that Islam comes first, not money, not greed. We've seen that the UAE has prioritized wealth and money and fallen into Western influence and fallen into Israel appeasement. And they've forgotten that the brothers in Palestine, the sisters in Palestine, who are breaking their fast on bread made from animal feed and breaking their fast on lemon and grass, they've forgotten that, and they've forgotten what our world is actually meant to be. This is a temporary dunya. This is something that is just an illusion, that we all die and we all have the same size graves and we all go to the same place. But we forgot about them and we remember the money and greed here, which is temporary. There's nothing, we don't take anything with us to the grave except how we helped others and what mark we left on this world. And the stain that the UAE has left is filled with blood. It's filled with Palestinian blood, the same with the UK, the same with the US, and the same way with Israel. Well, the UAE holds itself as a capital of Islam, as religious pillar. It's not the case, is it? And we're reminding them what true Islam looks like. The ones that stand with their brethren in Palestine, in Congo, in Sudan, in Yemen. Not the ones that betray us, not the ones that forget our pain for monetary greed. That's why we're here, to show them that you do not represent the Muslim people. You do not represent what the Muslims want. What we want is a free Palestine, a free Congo, a free Yemen, a free Sudan, a free people across the world, not monetary greed. We don't need money. The Palestinians don't need money. We've never asked for it. All we've asked is to be free, to have our right to exist, to have our right to be a free people, and to have our right to be liberated.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Free Palestine.